The money system no longer works. It is not working. There are a billion people dying of malnutrition. Free food. The money system does not work anymore. Money is silly. Let us do things out of logic and love instead.
Okay, Tom, why are you giving away free food?
Because the money system no longer works whatsoever. It's not even real, essentially, is it? It's just digits, and there's that illusion, that kind of collective illusion that we all believe that this thing exists and it's strengthened. So, free food. These things are basic human rights. We can now optimize every single process of what we do in terms of industry, economics, politics, and education. Money hinders that.
So why do you think people don't give away their food, or why do you think we're so greedy that we don't want to give anything away?
Because the money system. Money nurtures selfishness. It's kind of like nurturing ego. So what it's saying is you need to obtain for the self and fuck everyone else. You're kind of in it on your own. You've got to do your own thing. So it doesn't promote charity or well-being or interdependence. It's this idea of selfishness. And then we actually go on to reward that. We reward greed. So the people at the top of the chain are rewarded for how selfish they've been, and that's insane.
What made you start doing this?
I think, to rephrase the question, wasn't it, at what point did you say, fuck it, I'm going to do this?
I think it was, yes.
I spent about 5 or 6 years studying politics, sociology, the financial system, the history of the monetary system, neurology and psychology, so I knew kind of the mechanics of how people worked. I could reflect back on how I am personally as well and talk to other people. And at one point it just clicked, and yeah, this doesn't work at all. The more you look into it, the widespread effects of money are in absolutely everything, and it's kind of hindering everything. We do everything based on whether it's affordable or profitable, instead of whether it's rational or do we need it or what's the best possible way to do this. That doesn't make any sense. Then I heard the statistic that 1 billion people are dying of malnutrition. I was like, that's crazy. The rainforest is being chopped down and we're destroying ecosystems. That doesn't make any sense when we can grow hemp. The food that we buy everywhere sucks ass. It's full of shit. So, have some good food, some creamy country vegetable soup. We're not really utilising what we've got here. This is the most phenomenal potential paradise. We live on this beautiful rock for a tiny bit of time, and we can do so much better than this, like so much better. And no one man is invisible. No one person is invisible. Everyone can feel as you can feel, and we're all in this together.
And this is the first step.
This is the first step.
And what's the second, third, and eventually the final step to getting everyone involved in this free giving economy?
Do you have it? Free giving economy. I don't know all the answers, but for me it's about people doing what they love and doing it for free. They do it because they love it, and because of that knowledge that we're all in this together. So if you're a doctor, help people get better. If you're an engineer, who are heroes. Engineers are absolute heroes. They try and problem solve and optimize every situation they possibly can. And as soon as people are actually starting to do that, when people go out their way to do things out of logic and love instead of a personal incentive or a monetary incentive, we start enjoying living and everything's better for everyone. And we don't even need to work rationally if everyone did that. And there's about 3.5 billion people, I think, who are employable on the planet, so to speak. So the rest are too old, too young, disabled, or whatever. If all those people were to do that, those 3.5 billion people, the doctors, engineers, you'd have to work, what, a day, maybe max, maybe 2. So, I mean, fuck it, what's that? That means you work one day, and the next day it's like, oh, what's tomorrow? My last day, and then you're off for it, you know? And work's not a chore anymore, it's pleasure then. Especially
it's something you do that you love doing.
Out of love, yeah, it's very simple. And just stop and notice how intricate and bizarre this is as well. I think we forget how weird this is, we just exist. That's fucking weird. And if you don't think that's weird, you're weird, you know? This is weird. You're just here, and that's really surreal. As soon as you start thinking about that, you then start looking into the mechanics of how things work, scientifically, atomically. You start to see how miraculous this is. It's stunning to think all of this has been created. And we should kind of be in awe of that. We should kind of owe to that, you know, and work within it.
So what do you think about the free food?
I think it's a great idea. You know, people these days, they think, as you can see, people just walk by not wanting to take free foods. They prefer to give money or pay money to people that probably don't need the money to get the same thing that people can give for free, and this is what they're doing. They're giving free foods for a good cause and trying to inspire other people to do the same. I think it's a great idea, and I'll try to do the same myself.